So I was watching this documentary the other day with my littlest child. She found it, and it was this man going to all these different places where Jesus walked and stood, and even the place where he may have lived in his childhood home with his parents. And in the process of that, as they're traveling through Jerusalem and all these areas, they stop and talk to this shepherd who has a whole flock of sheep. And what stuck out to me and what got my wheels turning in my head was when he asked him if any of the sheep ever decide to just go off and leave. And the man said, no, they have no reason to do that. They're well taken care of. They're protected. They know my voice, and they have the safety of the group. And they're like, why in the world? The man was like, why would they leave? It just doesn't make any sense. And the guy was trying to explain something to him, that things like that happen, trying to relay the sheep to people, because God is the good shepherd and we're his sheep of his pasture, as the Bible says. And the man was like, it just doesn't, I don't see how that makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense for any of these sheep to leave knowing the good things that they have here. And I was like, that is exactly right. Why in the world? I want to speak to some people who may be struggling right now, who the enemy is whispering in your ear and trying to tempt you to go back to the life that you used to live before you knew the Lord. What are you going back to? Seriously, consider this. The enemy likes to get us to romanticize the past, but he doesn't bring up the parts where you were miserable, where you were lonely, where you were empty, where even though there was moments where you was the life of the party and you were laughing and doing all these things, deep down inside you were empty and you knew that something was missing. Why would you want to go back to that? Why would you want to go back to the things and the activities that you were doing that left you feeling shame and embarrassment and emptiness and causing sickness and so many other things? Why would you want to go back to that? Those things may help for a moment, y'all, but in reality, it doesn't last. The only thing that can bring true lasting satisfaction is the Lord himself. You were created to know him, be known by him, to love him, and to be loved by him. So don't let the enemy get you confused. Stay on track. Get in a community of believers if you're not already. Stay in the word. Stay consistent in prayer and seeking God's face. I know things might seem hard, but I promise you the answer is not to go